Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so glad to be with you here virtually. So what I wanted to do right now, I was just live on my Instagram and I announced this practice challenge and I want to share it with all of you on Facebook and YouTube. So what this is called is Monday Morning Motivation. If you've got a better name, throw it my way and I'll change this thing. But Monday Morning Motivation, and the reason behind this practice challenge is because it's the end of the school year. We're getting into summer and we have a lot of times extra practice time, just free time that we have to structure ourselves. And it can be that we kind of lose motivation or lose a little bit of steam, but we want to kind of charge ahead and use this practice to our best interest. So what I'm going to do is present you today 8 bars of music. In this case, it's going to be Juliet as a Young Girl, the single I just released. The first 8 bars. And I want you to practice it this week and record yourself and share it on your feed, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, if you want to Instagram me, that's great too. It doesn't matter where, I just have to see that you did it. So just submit those to me and there's going to be a winner. And it's not going to be based on, how good you sound, because this could be unfair. But it's going to be just drawn out of a hat based on the name you submit when you download the free PDF, which is linked in the description here. I'm going to draw it out of a hat, and you are going to win a free piece of music from Cherry Classics. So thank you, Gordon, for making this possible. I really appreciate it. It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun for everybody. So what I'll do now is I am going to play this excerpt, and then I'll give you a few tips. And by the way, this is open to trombone players, euphonium, tuba. I have 4 versions on my site, so just download whatever applies to you. If you play another instrument, you can still join too. All right, here we go. Okay, so just my iPhone recording, so hopefully the sound quality is all right. For any students who want some tips, my number 1 tip is to rely on the wind. The wind facilitates your articulation. So yes, I'm double tonguing this, but in order to not sound too I have to have so much wind support behind it. All right, that's my number 1. Number 2, slide or valve, depending on what you play, has to be super swift and coordinated with your tongue. All right, you don't want to have any movements that are disjunct, because it's going to sound not clean. Also, your slide and valve, well, especially slide members, your slide position is going to impact your intonation. All right, so super important. Practice it slowly. Line up your slide, line up your valves. Swift movements. All right, in the upper register, if you have a high part, I know for the tuba and tuba and bass trombone, it's pretty low. If you're playing in a high register, use less tongue. Our aperture, our opening is smaller up there. So if we have too much tongue interrupting the airstream, the notes aren't going to sound. So less tongue in the upper register. Also, don't try to tongue too hard in the low register. Yes, you want to use enough tongue to get clarity, but relax and let the instrument do the work for you and the air. Okay, for these leaps, practice them slowly and long. Don't worry about the staccato or the accent at the moment. Alright, so you want to get a focused sound, you want to get a clear sound, you want to work on your pitch and the beauty of the notes before you go into the acrobatics. Last but not least, make some extreme dynamics. All right, so for all of you, this is fun. I hope many of you join in. If just one of you does it this week, like I said, I will do this next week. Winners are drawn this weekend and announced next Monday on live. Hope you have fun.